Chosen one, fasten your seatbelt, not metaphorically. I mean that the season you are entering requires a specific kind of preparation that most people who receive sudden acceleration are never given before it begins. And the absence of that preparation is why so many chosen ones who finally break through into financial momentum lose what they gain almost as quickly as they receive it. Not because they were unworthy, because they were unprepared for the speed. What God is about to do in your financial life is not going to move at the pace of ordinary human effort. It is not going to unfold on the timeline that your previous seasons trained you to expect. You have been operating in a season where 1 year of work produced 1 year of results. That season is ending. You are entering a compression zone, a specific, supernaturally governed window of time in which the accumulated fruit of years of faithfulness, preparation, and foundation building is about to be released at a speed that will make 10 years of progress arrive in 10 months. The mathematics of this season do not follow the logic of the seasons that preceded it. And the question heaven is asking right now is not whether the acceleration is coming, it is whether you are positioned to receive it without being overwhelmed by it. Welcome to Chosen Wealth Wisdom. The Chosen One does not just receive the acceleration, the Chosen One is built to govern it. Before we go any further, here is what I need from you right now. If you have felt in the last several days a specific, unexplainable restlessness, not anxiety exactly, but a sense of urgency without a clear object, a feeling that something is moving faster than your current pace is accounting for, a quiet but persistent awareness that the timeline has shifted, type the words acceleration now in the comments, right now, drop it right now, and subscribe to Chosen Wealth Wisdom before this video ends, because what I am releasing in this season is precision instruction for chosen ones who are entering the most financially consequential window of their lives and need the wisdom to navigate it at the speed it is arriving. You are here for a reason. Stay with me. Now let us go all the way into this. 3 days ago, you felt something that you did not have a name for. It arrived in the middle of an ordinary moment, not in a dramatic context, not necessarily during prayer or worship, but in the unremarkable texture of a regular day, a restlessness, an internal urgency that felt disconnected from anything specific in your external circumstances, like the feeling of being late for something important without knowing what the appointment is or where it is being held. Like your nervous system had received information about the pace of what is coming before your conscious mind had caught up to it. You may have tried to calm it, to reason yourself back to steadiness, to dismiss it as the kind of low-grade tension that accumulates when financial pressure has been sustained for a long time. But underneath the attempt to manage it, something else was present, something that did not feel like fear, something that felt like anticipation. Like the specific electricity in the air before a significant storm that is still beyond the horizon, but already making itself felt in the atmosphere. That was not anxiety. That was your spirit, registering the approach of the Maher season, the season of heaven's speed. And your soul felt it before your circumstances showed it, because the soul has access to information that the natural realm has not yet made visible. Now let me give you the Hebrew word that will anchor everything I am about to say in something permanent and theological rather than simply motivational. The word is Maher, spelled M-A-H-E-R. In Hebrew, Maher means swift, quick, without delay. The word appears throughout Scripture in contexts that are not incidental. They are specifically, deliberately chosen to communicate something about the nature of God's timing when He has decided to move. In Isaiah chapter 8, the prophet is instructed to name his son Maher Shalal Hashbaz, a compound phrase built on Maher that means swift is the plunder, speedy is the prey. The name itself was a prophetic announcement embedded permanently into a human life. What heaven has decided to move toward will not crawl. It will arrive at the specific, non-negotiable speed of a God who does not delay what He has decreed. And in the Psalms, in the prayers of the desperate and the faithful, the cry returns again and again, "Be not slow, Lord. Move, Maher. Be swift in what you have promised. Do not delay what you have already spoken." But here is what the wisdom tradition says about Maher's speed, that most people who receive it are never told. Maher is not the speed of human hustle. Human hustle is acceleration by effort. You produce more output by investing more input, and the results scale in proportion to the work. Maher is categorically different. Maher is the speed of divine precision results that arrive not in proportion to the work invested, but in proportion to the word that was spoken over your life before you were born. The work you have done built the foundation. The Maher of God fills the structure on that foundation at a pace that the work alone could never have produced. This is why the restlessness you felt 3 days ago was not telling you to work harder. Your spirit was not reporting a labor deficit. Your spirit was reporting a positioning opportunity, because the Maher does not reward more striving. The Maher rewards correct alignment. And today is the day you get aligned. Now let me show you what heaven observed in you during the slow season, because the Maher is not given indiscriminately to everyone who asks for speed. It is given to chosen ones whose character in the slow lane demonstrated that they can be trusted with what the fast lane carries. The first thing heaven observed was your patience in the slow lane without bitterness. There was a sustained period longer than felt fair, longer than the faith declaration suggested it should be, where nothing moved at the pace your effort deserved. You worked with consistency and received results that did not reflect the consistency. You planted faithfully and watched the harvest arrive on a timeline that felt deliberately, almost cruelly delayed. And the temptation that comes for every chosen one in an extended slow season arrived at your door. Bitterness, the quiet, corrosive decision to stop believing that the promise was real because the evidence of fulfillment was taking so long to materialize, and you did not permanently succumb to it. Were there moments of doubt? Yes. Were there days when the faith felt more like performance than reality? Of course. But you did not defect from the promise. You stayed in the field. You kept your hands moving, even when the results did not justify the movement. And in doing so, you built something in your character that the slow season was specifically designed to produce: the capacity to remain stable under pressure. The ability to govern your internal state independent of external results. The muscle of faith that only develops under sustained, unresolved tension. That muscle is not just a spiritual virtue, it is a financial qualification, because the Maher season brings resources at a pace that produces pressure in reverse, the pressure of abundance arriving faster than your systems can process it. And the same capacity to remain stable that you built under the pressure of lack is the exact capacity you will need to remain wise under the pressure of sudden surplus. The slow lane was not withholding from you. The slow lane was training you for the speed that was always coming. The second thing heaven observed was your precision with small amounts. In the season when the numbers were modest, you were not careless with them. You made decisions about small amounts with a level of intentionality that most people reserve only for significant sums. You treated the $10 with the same stewardship, seriousness that you intended to bring to the 10,000. Not perfectly, but as a pattern, as a default posture toward every resource that passed through your hands. This matters for the Maher season in a way that is entirely concrete. The systems and habits you have built around small amounts are the same systems that will govern large amounts when they arrive quickly. A person who has been careless with small amounts and then receives a sudden large influx does not become careful by virtue of the new scale. They apply the same patterns at higher stakes, and the same patterns that produced mismanagement at $10 produce catastrophic mismanagement at 10,000. But you have been building the right patterns at the small scale. The foundation is built. The structure can now be filled at Maher speed. Stop. Let that land fully before we continue. The slow season was the training ground and the testing room simultaneously, and you passed both. The patience test and the precision test. Heaven has the full record, and the Maher is the result. Now let me give you 5 specific signs that the acceleration has already begun, not is about to begin, has already begun, and that what you are experiencing right now is the opening movement of something that will build momentum faster than anything you have previously experienced in your financial life. The first sign is the chain reaction of income streams. In the coming days, watch for a specific pattern. One financial opportunity activates a second, which activates a third, in a sequence that moves faster than any single opportunity could explain on its own. Not a gradual building of multiple income streams over months of deliberate effort. A domino sequence where the first piece falls and the others follow in rapid succession because they were already positioned, already aligned in the invisible realm, waiting for the first piece to move. This is the Maher pattern in the financial realm. Not one door opening slowly, a corridor of doors opening in sequence. Walk through the first one without hesitation and watch what the motion activates behind it. The second sign is the sudden clearance of what was stuck. There are things in your financial life that have been blocked, contracts that stalled, documents that got lost in administrative systems, processes that required decisions that never seemed to get made despite every reasonable effort to move them forward. In the Maher season, watch these specifically, because one of the clearest signatures of divine acceleration is the sudden, inexplicable clearance of exactly these chronic blockages, triggered often by something unexpectedly small. A single phone call, one email sent at the right moment to the right person, a 10-minute conversation that moves what months of effort could not. The blockages are not cleared because you finally found the right strategy. They are cleared because the Maher has arrived, and what was held in suspension is now being released into motion. The third sign is the appearance of the numbers 1, 1, 1 and 5, 5, 5. In Hebrew covenant theology, 1 is the number of divine unity, the indivisible singularity of the God who acts as one, speaks as one, and moves as one toward the completion of his word. 3 ones together represent the fullness of divine alignment. Heaven, purpose, and the chosen one, moving in the same direction at the same speed simultaneously. When you see 1, 1, 1, receive it as heaven's signal that the alignment is complete and the motion has been fully authorized. 5 in Scripture is the number of grace, unearned, disproportionately generous favor that produces outcomes beyond what effort alone could explain. 3 5s represent the fullness of grace operating at every dimension of your life simultaneously and without reservation. When you see 5, 5, 5, receive it as heaven's declaration that the grace acceleration is fully active, that what arrives in this season is arriving not because you earned it at the pace it is coming, but because the Maher of God is delivering the grace. Harvest at a speed that only heaven can authorize. Watch for both sequences, and when they appear, let your spirit register them as confirmation rather than coincidence. The fourth sign is what I call the Elijah provision. In 1 Kings chapter 19, the prophet Elijah was in the wilderness, exhausted, depleted, sitting under a broom tree, having asked God to end his life. And in that moment of complete emptiness, something extraordinary happened. An angel appeared and touched him with food and water, not at the moment Elijah asked for it. Before he asked, placed beside him while he slept. And when Elijah had eaten and rested and lay down again, the angel returned a second time, not because Elijah had done something to deserve the second provision, but because, as the angel said, the journey is too great for you. The provision arrived ahead of the need that had not yet been fully articulated. In the Maher season, watch for this specific pattern of provision. Resources, opportunities, and connections arriving before you have fully expressed the need for them. A contact reaching out about something you needed but had not yet asked for. A financial solution presenting itself for a problem you were still in the process of defining. A door opening in a direction you had identified internally but had not yet pursued externally. This is the Elijah provision operating at Maher speed, heaven preparing what you will need for the journey ahead and placing it beside you before you have fully recognized the length of the road. When it arrives, receive it with the recognition that the source who sent it knows the full distance you are traveling, and that the provision is sized not for where you are now, but for where the Maher is taking you next. The fifth sign is the unsolicited fast-track offer. Someone is going to approach you, possibly someone you know, possibly someone entirely new, possibly through a channel you were not expecting, with an opportunity that carries with it an unusual urgency. They will want to move quickly. They will communicate that the timeline is compressed, that decisions need to be made faster than the ordinary pace of business usually allows. When this arrives, do not automatically comply with the urgency. Discernment is always required in the Maher season, but do not automatically resist it on the grounds that the pace feels unfamiliar, because the Maher season operates at a pace that will consistently feel faster than your previous experience prepared you for. The question is not whether you should move quickly. The question is whether this specific opportunity is aligned, and if it is, hesitation at Maher speed carries the same consequence as missing the moment entirely. Now, I need to speak directly about the warfare of this season, because the enemy has a specific, targeted strategy for chosen ones entering financial acceleration, and it is not the strategy you might expect. He will not attack the acceleration directly. He will not try to stop the Maher. He knows he cannot stop what God has authorized. His strategy, instead, is to use the acceleration against you to weaponize the speed of incoming abundance by exploiting the specific vulnerability that sudden surplus always creates, the impulse to spend what has not yet been consolidated. The moment the first significant resource arrives at Maher speed, the enemy's strategy is to create in you the feeling that you have finally arrived, that the restraint can be released, that this is the moment to reward yourself for everything you endured in the slow season. The impulse purchases, the lifestyle upgrades that arrive before the foundation that should support them, the celebration that depletes what should be compounded, not dramatic sin, just the quiet, normalized, culturally celebrated decision to consume the acceleration rather than govern it. This is the dizziness of speed, the specific disorientation that comes when the pace changes faster than the wisdom can account for. The habits of the slow season do not automatically upgrade into the habits of the Maher season. The discipline of scarcity, hold every dollar carefully, does not automatically become the discipline of abundance, deploy every dollar strategically. The upgrade of financial wisdom must be as intentional as the upgrade of financial resources. The weapon against the dizziness is what I call sacred braking, not the breaking of fear, the paralysis of someone afraid to move at all, but the breaking of wisdom, the deliberate, chosen deceleration of the spending impulse in the specific moment when the acceleration of income creates the feeling that the constraints of the slow season no longer apply. Say this out loud right now. The money arrives fast, but my wisdom stands firm. I am not carried by the current. I am the one who directs it. I do not spend the Maher. I steward the Maher. I am not dizzied by speed. I am qualified for it. Every resource that arrives in this acceleration season is governed by the same precision and the same intentionality that built the foundation it is now filling. I am the chosen steward of Maher abundance, and I govern it with the wisdom that the slow season produced. Say it again. Let the declaration become the governing principle of every financial decision you make from this moment forward. Now receive the final activation. In the next 24 hours, a financial notification is going to arrive ahead of schedule. Something that was expected later will arrive sooner. A transfer that had a timeline, a payment that had a projected date, a process that had an expected duration. It will resolve faster than the timeline suggested. When it arrives, Receive it as the opening signal of the Maher season. The first official evidence that the timeline has shifted, that the compression zone has begun, and that the 10-year harvest is beginning its 10-month delivery. When it arrives, do something specific. Clear your space, your desk, your wallet, your financial workspace, whatever physical environment represents the domain of your financial life. Clear it. Remove what is cluttered, what is outdated, what belongs to the slow season. Create physical space that reflects the pace of what is coming, because the Maher needs room to move in the physical realm, just as it was given room in the spiritual one. And then say these words with your hands open and your posture upright. I receive the Maher acceleration of heaven over my financial life. I open every channel, income, investment, opportunity, and relationship to the speed at which God is now moving. I am not overwhelmed by the pace because the slow season built the foundation that the fast season requires. I govern the acceleration with wisdom, with precision, with the intentionality of a steward who understands that Maher speed is not a reward for patience. It is a responsibility assigned to character. The Elijah provision is beside me. The chain reaction has begun. The corridor of doors is open, and I walk through the first one right now without hesitation. The 10-year harvest arrives in 10 months. The foundation holds, the structure rises, and I am ready. Amen. Receive this decree over your Maher season. I declare that the compression zone is active over your financial life as of this moment. The slow season is sealed. The Maher season is fully open, and the accumulated fruit of every year of faithfulness, every act of precision with small amounts, every day of patience without permanent bitterness, every quiet hour of preparation without audience, all of it is being released into a timeline that will make the mathematics of your previous seasons feel like a completely different life. I declare that the 5 signs of financial acceleration are fully operational right now. The chain reaction of income streams has been set in motion. The chronic blockages are being cleared. The numbers 111 and 555 are appearing as heaven's alignment, signal, and grace declaration simultaneously. The Elijah provision is already placed beside you, resources and connections, arriving ahead of the need that has not yet been fully articulated. And the fast-track offers are approaching from directions not yet visible, but already in motion toward your path. I declare that the sacred breaking of wisdom is fully installed in your financial decision-making as of this declaration. The dizziness of acceleration has no authority over your stewardship. You are not a person who loses wisdom when resources arrive quickly. You are a person whose wisdom was specifically forged in the slow season to be most powerful in the fast one. The Maher does not compromise your judgment. The Maher reveals it. I declare that the Elijah provision is active over every area of need in your life right now. Heaven knows the full distance of the journey you are on, and the provision is not being sized for where you are standing today. It is being sized for where the Maher is taking you. Receive what arrives ahead of schedule as the angels touch beside you in the wilderness. Not coincidence, not luck, but the precise, intentional, Maher speed provision of a God who prepares the table before the guest has finished sitting down. Like this video right now as your seal, your declaration that you receive the Maher acceleration, and that you are positioned, prepared, and qualified to govern it with the wisdom that the slow season built in you. Subscribe to Chosen Wealth Wisdom so that every piece of instruction for the acceleration season finds you immediately. Because what I am releasing in the next phase of this channel is specifically designed for chosen ones who are in the Maher window, and you need every piece of it for the season you are now in. Drop a comment right now and tell me, what is the one financial goal that felt impossible at slow season speed that the Maher is now making inevitable? I am reading everyone. I am praying over every name. The slow season is finished. The Maher has begun. The harvest is arriving at speed. Well done, chosen one. Well done.